Hey guys, Mike Butler here. Before you begin this episode, as I'm editing it, I'm going to drop this video and just let you guys know that throughout this episode, which we filmed 10 weeks ago, we refer to Robert Duvall as being still with us. We refer to him in the present tense. I know, unfortunately, sadly, he has passed away. He's a phenomenal actor. And we do pay him great respect in this episode, but just wanted to let you guys know that we do refer to him in the present tense. We don't make reference to his passing because he had not passed yet when we recorded this episode. So hopefully you enjoyed the episode. We surely enjoy his performance in this film, and we'll catch you later. Enjoy the episode.
Hey, Butler, this week on the show, since we're doing Secondhand Lions, I think it's time. This is a speech I give to every young man.
Oh, you're going to do the being the best man speech, being a good man speech.
Oh, no. This is the birds and the bees speech. That's what
I don't want that speech.
Well, you're getting it. So listen, when a man really loves a woman, okay, he likes to place his...
Ladies and gentlemen, please notice that exits are conveniently located at the front and rear of this auditorium. When leaving the theater, we suggest that the exit at the front of the auditorium will allow you easier access to the parking areas. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike Butler.
And I'm Mike Field.
And this is Forgotten Cinema, a show where we talk about films that seem to be forgotten by audiences, whether it be because a more popular movie was released at the same time or the film simply didn't catch on with an audience in its initial run. We'll discuss what we love about the movie, maybe don't love about it, but we'll always recommend you revisit it. You never know, you might find your own forgotten gem. If you enjoy Forgotten Cinema, we want to hear from you. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Reddit. We're everywhere with a backlog of over 350 episodes. If you count our short films, over 400 episodes for your viewing and listening pleasure.
We count them because because we do them. So yes, we count them. Hey, What's going on?
Nothing much. As you know, my deadbeat mom, good for nothing, is deciding to drop me off for the summer to be with my great uncles who I've never even met, who haven't been in the United States for 40 years.
Correct.
Because she wants to go to some kind of school that she's not really enrolling in because she's going to go to Vegas and probably hoe around or something.
In Fort Worth. That's where she says she's going.
That's where she says she's going.
Yes.
And so I'm getting dropped off with these two crazy uncles who have more money than they know what to do with. I'm supposed to find their hidden stash of gold and or cash, depending on who they actually are.
Yeah.
And they're crazy. They're shooting people trying to sell them things. They got other family members coming trying to get their money. Yep. They're crazy old coots. They don't have a TV. They don't have a radio. Nope. I'm just sitting on the porch drinking iced tea and helping them farm corn, even though they thought they bought other stuff.
And this is in 1962.
1962. But I'm going to turn their life around. And they're gonna teach me about being a man, and I'm gonna hear some amazing stories about their life before they became crazy old men.
Right. That's right. From the guy that's in Angel.
Yeah, Lindsay.
All right, that's right. So we are doing Secondhand Lions. This is a Butler pick, so he thinks I will hate this film. So let's get into the facts. We'll get into our discussion and then all that fun stuff. Secondhand Lions has a runtime of 111 minutes. It's rated PG. Production budget of $30 million. It came out on a Friday, September 19th, 2003. Its opening weekend, it did $13 million. Domestic take was $42 million. Its international take was $6 million for a worldwide total of $48 million, which is surprising. I thought that it would do well internationally.
That's what I would figure too. It's got some big stars, big names. Haley Joel Osment. Yeah. Haley Joel Osment, the kid from The Sixth Sense. Plus, it's the guy. Well, I mean, I don't think they advertise it like this, but it was the guy who we'll talk about did Iron Giant.
This is true.
You would want to shove that in there.
Brad
too.
Bird's mostly associated with Iron Giant, though. But yes, he does have that credit. All right. Production company was New Line Cinema, David Kirshner Productions, Digital Domain, and Avery Pix, and was distributed by New Line as well. It came out on the 19th. Let's go back to the 12th of September. You had wide releases of Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Matchstick Men, and Cabin Fever.
Oh, we did Cabin Fever. And technically we did Once Upon a Time in Mexico on someone else's podcast.
Correct.
And I've seen all three of those movies.
Congratulations.
Right.
Cabin Fever we did for last year's Forgotten Horror.
Yes.
Keep track. You also had limited releases of No Good Deed, Lost in Translation, and Dummy. The week that this film came out, it went up against wide releases of Underworld, Cold Creek Manor, The Fighting Temptations, and Anything Else.
Which one's Cold Creek Manor? Because that sounds familiar.
Oh man, that's Quaid's in that too. It's a drama. I don't know if I'm confusing with another film, but I think it's about a young woman who's You know what? I'm not going to try.
All
Couldn't even
right.
tell you. I've seen
The
it.
summary will pop up on the screen here.
I have seen it and I liked it. I just
Don't really remember.
I just never went back to it. Yeah, I don't.
Gotcha.
I could, but I couldn't. I really couldn't tell you because I think I'm confusing it with another movie as well. All right, so you had limited release that week of Demon Lover and Bubba Hotep, and then the week after, the 26th of September, you had wide releases of The Rundown, Duplex, and Under the Tuscan Sun. Did you like Duplex? That's the Drew Barrymore, Ben Stiller. They move in, the old ladies upstairs.
I did when I saw it, but I was a teenager.
Yeah.
So I as an adult, would I think it was still funny? I don't know.
I know I saw it.
Ben Stiller stuff kind of is hit or miss for me sometimes, depending on darker humor stuff.
Like,
I don't know.
Like I know I watched it, but I never went back to it, so I don't think I really dug it. Like Along Came Polly, like I liked basically Philip Seymour Hoffman Along Came Polly, which I'm sure everybody does.
I'm not a huge Along Came Polly.
That's the only part I liked. It was his
Yeah.
stuff. Making it rain. All right, never mind. This movie is written and directed by Tim McCanlies. He has directed The Two Bobs, Alabama Moon, and Angels Sing, and he's written The Iron Giant, like we said before, and North Shore. Cinematographer was Jack Green, who was nominated for an Oscar for Unforgiven. He's done Twister and Serenity, the right one.
Hey, we did that one.
I double checked that for you. Composer was Patrick Doyle, who was nominated for 2 Oscars, Hamlet and Sense and Sensibility. And he also did Murder on the Orient Express, the 2017 one, which I want to go back and watch.
I liked it.
Yeah. Edited by David Moritz, who's done Rushmore and Jerry Maguire. Not a big cast in terms of who I've written down here. I know I briefly talked about the guy that plays the younger Hub character.
Right.
I don't remember the actor's name because I just didn't bother. Because
Didn't write
we were
down?
no, because we had that conversation about not, putting everybody down. So
I can't remember. I didn't.
He's in The Librarians. He's in Wolf. He's in Wolf from Heart. He was part of Wolf from Heart and Angel. Apologies for not saying it.
Lindsay and Angel.
Something. Yeah. So Michael Caine plays Garth, one of the uncles. He's got 6 Oscar nominations and he's won 2. For what movies, Butler?
I don't know.
You don't know what Michael Caine's won Oscars for?
No, I don't think I do.
Hannah and Her Sisters
Okay.
and The Cider House Rules.
I would have, if I thought more, I would have gotten Cider House Rules. I would never have gotten Anna.
Gotcha. Robert Duvall plays the Hub, the other uncle, who has 7 Oscar nominations. Don't worry, Butler. He has 1 for Tender Mercies. Haley Joel Osment as Walter, the young son Walter. He's nominated for an Oscar for The Sixth Sense. He's in AI, Artificial Intelligence, and he's in the upcoming TV show The Burbs, which we are not happy about that.
Are we not happy about that?
The Burbs?
It's whatever.
But I like the movie.
It's got a good cast though, so I want to give it a chance before I say no. But the fact that it's a show,
now showing TV edition. You thinking of that?
No, maybe.
We don't have that on the schedule though, so we can't really.
Can't do it now. It's not on the schedule. Can't do it.
Kira Sedgwick as May, the Hohen mother, as Butler called her. She's from the TV show The Closer. She's a movie Something to Talk About, and Phenomenon. Connecticut Resident. That's right. Phenomenon is a movie we did.
Her and Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Her husband? Are they together? Are they married or just?
They're
together?
married. They have have kids.
I know they have kids, but sometimes they're married.
I mean, if it's not official, it's common law.
Well, because like Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn are officially married.
That's true, but they are. I mean, in terms of like how you live your life, yes.
Yeah.
But in terms of officially with paper, I can't really sit here and confirm that for you. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Nikki Katistan, he comes in the end. He's the boyfriend of May. Dazed and Confused, Boiler Room, and The Way of the Gun.
A movie we just did.
There you go.
As soon as he popped up, I was like, man, I just saw you.
That's right. Josh Lucas as adult Walter. He's Ford vs. Ferrari, Sweet Home Alabama. And as always, he's the voice of the Home Depot commercials. Dun, 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 dun. I always remember that. Sorry. Just like it used to be Gene Hackman was the voice of Ace Hardware, right? Or was he? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
And what were you going to say?
Josh Lucas was just in one of our Forgotten Horror episodes that we just did.
Session 9.
Session 9, yeah.
Good job as my mic falls across the thing. Great job. All right. So, you know what, Mike? Flash up the name of the actor that we forgot because we're really...
it would already have... Young Hub, it would already be...
Good stuff. We apologize. All right, Mike. You love this movie. You watched it a long time ago, right?
I watched it once a long time ago when I was younger.
You wanted that man speech?
I mean, who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want Robert Duvall to teach him how to be a man? I watched it a long time ago. Once because my parents loved the movie and they were like, you got to watch this, especially my mother. And my mother was like,
but when you were younger,
on the list. When I was younger, yeah. I haven't really watched it since. Although anytime it was on TV, my parents would both watch it.
Okay, so I'm curious now. I know you loved it.
I liked it.
You liked it.
Yeah.
Did anything change?
I like it more now. I think this movie is delightful. I think it's a really nice watch. I think it's got some nice things to say. It's just it's quick. It's easy. It was a really nice movie to watch after like a long day. I came back from a shift at night and I watched it. And then Elise was actually up watching a movie for once. And I was like, what is this?
What movie was she watching?
She watched, because I made a joke about Princess Diaries. So she's like, you know what? I'm going to rewatch them. And I was like, I'm going to come home to you asleep watching. The second one's just going to be streaming just because it was auto played. And sure enough, though, she was awake. And I was like, damn, I got to wait to watch my movie. It's like one now.
You didn't put any money on it.
Exactly. But it was, I was like, God, I got to start this late. And I put it on and I really enjoyed this watch. I think it's a family movie, and obviously Haley Joel Osment's a young kid in the movie, but I think this movie, you get more out of it as an adult watching this than as a kid watching this. Cause I think as a teenager watching this, I'm about the same age as Haley Joel. I think he's 1 year younger than me.
At this point?
When he filmed that movie. I mean, in general.
Oh, he's 13, 14. Yeah. He's 14, I think.
And I think when you're that young, you just want to watch like action movies and stuff like that. And, or pretend that you can understand more adult movies.
Mm-hmm.
And so while I liked it, it wasn't really like, yeah, it's cute, Ma. Thanks. My dad liked it too. And I was just, it's okay. And I like it a lot more now. I think it's got stuff to say. I really like the way everything's presented. It's a little cheesy. And although it's already almost 2 hours, I feel like it's missing a little something, but I think it's a really nice watch, and I really enjoyed the movie. So I can't wait for you to tell me how you felt nothing for this film.
This movie's fucking terrible. No, I agree.
You've seen this or not? You haven't seen
I've
this?
seen this.
Okay.
I saw many, many years ago. It's one of those movies you watch and then I moved on, like that kind of thing.
Right.
No, it's good. It's got, like you said, great message. I get that. I do have some questions. I really think the ending is fumbled in terms of the adult Walter stuff. We talked a little bit, and we talked for those out there. There's an original ending that they cut because it got negative test screens, and then they had this ending,
which cost $600,000 to make, apparently.
And I don't even like this ending either.
This ending is okay, but
it's better than the other ending. But the other ending, because the other ending,
what you told me about the other ending,
is like 9 minutes long.
Is it?
It's super long, and it's really just. So this ending, you have the Sheik's grandson or son.
Sheik's grandson
comes down on their Sahara Oil helicopter, all to pretty much basically to confirm to Walter that the stories were real. And my question to that is like, why do we need to confirm that?
I had the same when the movie ended. You don't need to confirm.
No,
I think it's better that you don't.
I think because that's the whole point of that. When he starts off the story that Hub tells everybody, the what he tells you about to be a man, he starts it off with you like you believe in something. It's believing is what
believing's the most important part of something. If you believe in something, then it's true enough for you.
Right. And that should be it. That's the lesson.
The moral in the lesson.
There's no reason to confirm that for us with adult Walter. I don't like that. I just don't think it fits. Also, to that point, I'll get to the original ending, but to that point, I don't think you need the opening scene where Walter gets the phone call.
No, I didn't remember that. I mean, I remembered what the ending was, but I didn't remember how it bookends it.
Yeah.
I think that's dumb.
I don't think you need it.
If you want to do something where you kind of hint at the future, do something where some of the titles the opening titles are spread against the cartoon stuff, kind of like they do at the end to hint at it.
Sure.
But don't give me Josh Lucas.
Speaking of the animation, which is done by, I want to get the name right, which is done by Berkeley Breathed or Breathed. I don't know, from Bloom County, basically. You could tell that.
Yeah. Bloom County's awesome. If you haven't read
Correct me if I'm wrong, but at no point in the movie was young Walter drawing any kind of animation.
No, which kind of bothered me. Although when you pull up, he's got comic books on the front dashboard.
That does.
But yeah, that's the only hint that you get.
Yeah,
and there needed to be a few more hints of him drawing because he's bored. So maybe
give me that
pen and paper. Yeah,
give me like he's sitting out there on the porch with them and he's drawing something,
which maybe was in there and they cut out. But yeah, it needs to be in there for it to make sense.
Because when they show all the drawings at the end and this comic strip that he did, which was what was it again? Hub and Jasmine? No.
Something
Walter,
in Jasmine.
Walter and Jasmine.
I think.
Right? Yeah, because of the lions. Like give me something. Otherwise, you just make him a writer. Like it makes just much more sense where he became a writer himself
rather than the other.
Yes,
yeah,
he's a storyteller. You don't show me anything there. But okay, so the original ending is much longer. You actually see adult Walter with his wife and his kids, and they do a ridiculous thing where like the sheik actually comes back, and I told Bud like shakes his fist at the grave, and all again just to have the point where the kid turns to adult Walter and he's like the stories were all true, and he's like yes they were all true. So just to confirm again that the stories are true, but we don't need that. But you have to watch the original ending on it's on YouTube.
When I get home, I'll have to watch it.
And it because you'll just start like what is this? Like you were just like holy cow. So yeah, so I didn't think we needed that. I thought that was the endings just kind of fumbled a little bit.
Great.
So and then my other thing with this, and this is I like Haley Joel Osment. I do. I want to ask you this question. There's a scene in the movie where he is I think it's like he doesn't want to go. I think it's towards the end when he's crying, like when he's talking to Garth, and he's like, I don't want to go. He starts crying. I can't remember if it's. I think like, why do I have to go with her? Why do I like he doesn't want to go with his mother. And he's like, this is just something you have to do. I think that's it. No, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's with Jasmine dying.
He cries when he's like, what happened to Jasmine? And is like, so is it, you have to tell me, I have to know the ending of the story.
There's a part.
That's when he cries. When he's confronting.
Right. Okay. And I'm watching that and I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if I believe it. I don't know if I believe the acting. And again, he is a kid, so I'm not like saying like he is a good actor. He's fantastic in The Sixth Sense, and he's still funny and stuff. He's in Entourage when he pops up when he gets older. He's in The Boys. He's good.
Yeah, he's funny in that.
He's a good actor.
In the X-Files episode.
I just don't know if he either in that scene. I feel like either the director failed him or his act. Like I just don't think I don't think he gets there.
No, I had the same. He gets really upset about it. That's why I think the movie's a little rushed. It feels like he connects to them really quick.
He does.
There's no like, even if there was one scene where it was a middle ground between not liking them to the point of being obsessed with them, it just seems like there's nothing. He just boom. Oh, I love you guys. Mm-hmm. There's nothing where it's like, oh, all right, we're kind of getting there. We're even in E.T. when Elliot's befriending E.T., there's that middle ground before they become like besties. And I think that you need that, especially if you're talking about humans and people, you need that relationship where it's just like, he is so afraid and mad and sad at them about the situation. Mm-hmm. And then immediately he just becomes enamored with his uncles. Yeah. And I think that, sure, it makes sense with him being so enamored with his uncles, but it doesn't ring true because as far as we know, and it's hard to tell the passage of time within the summer other than the corn grows real fast.
Well, he's supposed to be here for 2 weeks. Like that's what
2 weeks, and then she goes 2-3 months tops. Yeah, or something. So you never know. Yeah, you don't know. Is.
Yeah,
and so I think we don't really know how long he's been there, and so there's a disconnect with the audience and Walter and Hub and what their relationship is because it just for us it seems too fast, but for them it could be a couple months and it makes sense. But yeah, I had the same issue. Like, why are you crying?
Yeah. Well, I could
be begging. Well, please, I need to know.
Yeah, but I just felt he wasn't getting to he wasn't giving me, I think, what the scene needed. And I don't pin it on him because he's a young actor. He's going off of what the director and everybody is telling him. Yeah, no, good job. He needs the help. But I just think he's there like, say what you want about this tactic with Spielberg, but like he likes to make kids cry, like by telling them sad stuff. Like he was telling Elliot that his dog's dead or something like that. What's his face? Henry Thomas.
Didn't he have his dad? Tell him
I mean, like that's just weird. But like, still, those emotions are more genuine than what we're seeing here. But that's just maybe that's a nitpick. That's fine. It's fine. The other thing that the way this film is shot, the way this film looks a little bit, especially when they go back to Morocco, right? That's where he is fighting, or Arabia, they say.
He went to Morocco. That's when he got
they were in the
drafted.
French Legion, but when he's like all those scenes, it feels very TV movie-ish. And there's actually a fade out in the film at one point where I'm like, are we going to commercial? It just felt like very TV movie-ish. And we've had those type of movies on the show before in terms of the way it's lit and stuff like that.
I think for sure the flashbacks, they've got a little cheese to them. And I also think it's the budget. I don't think there was a budget to do.
You're right. 30 million, right? Is that what I said?
Yeah, it's probably going to Caine and Duvall and Osment.
Right.
And I think that they want to do like action scenes like Indiana Jones type stuff. With probably here's $1 million out of that budget.
I got you. Yeah, no. And like when the basically like the scene when they come down the dunes when he's busting up the slave trade. young Hub, and
Oh,
he comes
the
down like that.
Oasis.
Just like, are we out back lot here?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah.
They're definitely in a back lot in the town scene. when
But
they're
like
in the town.
the Sheik is dressed like an 80s cocaine kingpin in Miami. Like the way he's dressed a couple times, I'm like, who, what?
I think, but I also think there's supposed to be a certain element of cheese in that as well.
Maybe because of the story.
Because it's just a story he's telling. Yeah.
See, I didn't really, because there was at one point towards the end of the film where they were basically saying like when the Nicky Cat character Stan, right? Yeah, Stan comes and he's like, oh, trying to get that money. Oh, these guys are bank robbers. Like he's clearly lying.
Right.
So like, I don't believe like that they're lying to him. Like,
yeah.
Even when he sees the money, which the only reason that Walter goes down and sees the money is so that we can have this little sliver of doubt about what that money's from. So that when Stan shows up, we can sit there and be like, oh no, is he going to tell? Why would he already just spent a part of the movie telling his uncles that he doesn't believe anything his mother said because all she does is lie.
Right.
And he gets the letter from her and he just basically closes it and doesn't read it. So we already know that he does not believe his mother.
Right.
So, and so when they show up and they start spewing lies, why would we think that he would buy this?
That's where my biggest complaint about the film comes from is you get the moment after he tells the first part of the story about Hub and what is the other name? Garth. Hub and Garth going to Morocco and joining the French Foreign Legions. He told us that first part of that story, being Shanghaied and forced, which apparently right after that is when Shanghai was Shanghaiing for 29 countries was abolished soon after that in about 1915.
Nice job.
Then you get the moment in the hospital before the second part of that story where the lady's like, they stole from Al Capone's bank.
Yeah.
And then when he goes into Garth's vault or whatever it is, his little hole in the barn with all the cash, I think you're supposed to assume, oh, maybe that is Al Capone's cash.
Right.
But there's never a moment of doubt because we never get that story.
Right.
We never get a flashback to like maybe even a cartoony, like, here's what I've heard the story being. And I think that that's what they set up there. And then that's what they set up at the barn. So that's what they set up at the hospital and the barn. And then Stan kind of reiterate like, oh, they're bank robbers. Maybe they stole from Al Capone. But like if his story was tied to that and we got a little bit more of that, that would have been way better.
Yeah.
Because like you said, he's sold on the Morocco story.
Yeah.
He says it in the scene before that.
He believes his uncles.
And he believes Robert Duvall's speech.
Yes. Yeah. So there's no reason to none of the audience is sitting there going like, come on, no way.
Yeah.
So we're dismissing it. And also you talk about stuff that kind of disappear. Hub's hospital stay, that whole thing. Like, why are we doing that? Like
to show that he's pushed himself too hard.
Sure.
He's only eating the meat and it's affecting his heart. And the thing of they don't care if they live or die. And Walter being like, I want you guys.
So you're
to
saying
live.
that whole thing is just so at the end of the film when he's like, listen, there's going to be some conditions.
Right. For him to be like, you have to, well,
Right.
and later on in the film, you have to live. You have to give me that.
Sure.
That speech, which is a great moment. That's when Haley Joel Osment starts crying there, when Walter starts crying there, I buy that. Then you have to live. You have to give me that speech. No, it has to be you. You're not writing it down. I believe that.
I don't
believe the Jasmine part. What happened to Jasmine? You got I didn't believe that, but him wanting that man speech.
I don't
Because he's a kid who's never had a father. He's had an absent mother. He's never had parents to look up to.
And so going to the mother, like, why give us that ending on like the ending on the bridge,
right?
When he's like, just give me one thing. I'm like, I don't know if I need his mother to like kind of like stealing that moment. You know what I mean? We talk about like it's his moment to basically say, Mom, I don't need you anymore. I'd rather be with them.
Sure.
Because she has never chosen him ever.
True.
And you're giving her this moment of doing one right thing.
But she still has to because she's still
his mother.
But
We're in the 60s here.
You still have to get through like that's 60s or not. It's not the 1860s.
But just make her
kill her off.
No.
Stan kills her in the car.
Like make her a bad guy. Like when she's like, he's like, no, you lied to me. She's like, if you don't like it, I don't have to take care of you. You can go and live with drunkards. Like, rather like don't make her.
I don't think that's this kind of movie.
It's not.
Though.
I get it. I get it.
She's not the evil stepmother.
Yes, she is.
Like even from the beginning, you don't get I never got the fact that she didn't like Walter, but that she didn't know what to do with Walter. Not that she didn't like him at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like when she's like, we could get a house, we could live together. I feel like she just doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And she just like can't take care of him, but she doesn't want to give him up because clearly he was sent to the orphan home before.
Yeah.
But then he's back with mom. So clearly like she keeps getting him back. If she was really like that, she wouldn't get him back. So
True.
I don't know. I'm okay with that moment, but I think you were right in that he has to say, let me go back to my uncle's, not just do right for me. One thing he has to say, straight up say, let me stay with them.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, I almost feel like because the Caine and because Hub and Garth, Michael Caine and Robert Duvall's character, you see, they're good enough actors where you see it on their face where they want him to stay, but they can't force him to stay. And they do say it. They do have that conversation where he's just like,
no one's
going to
take him. No court's going to side with.
Right. But I wonder if this whole scene plays out instead of driving off and then he comes back. I wonder if they're all together and they're doing it together in front of each other. And you kind of have Walter committing to the uncles, but also the uncles, like maybe not knowing if the uncles would even want him, and the uncles being like, you should be with us. Like you know what I mean? Like having that commitment both ways. I wonder if that would be a little more powerful.
I think that works better because I don't like that. I don't get why Walter gets in the car to begin with.
Yeah.
That moment, like I don't mind him getting out on the bridge and like them having that moment on the bridge, but you're right. I when he got in the car, I was like, why are you even in this car?
Yeah.
You're in this car with this guy who tried to beat you senseless.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
like,
your mom. And it's like, who cares if you're just dropping him off in Vegas or living with him? You're still going to be with him for probably weeks,
right? Driving
wherever.
Yeah.
So that I think your idea of it being in that one location will work a lot better.
And while on the topic of changing other things or whatever.
Ooh, we're rewriting the movie.
Yeah. So back to the ending. I think the ending that you want to have at that part is the ending from Stand By Me, where you have Walter at the end of the movie
talking about what happened to everybody.
No, but not even that. It could be like it could do the comic strip. He's drawing it or whatever. He's drawing the last moment, whatever. That's fine. But have his son come in, have like his son be older, like 18, 19, and have Walter be like, I want to tell you a story. Like, I want to tell you something. I want to tell you a story about how to be, whatever. Just him telling the story that Uncle Hub told him. That's all I need. Just passing it along, that kind of stuff.
Sure. I'm okay with the finding out the way they went.
Yeah.
I like that. They going out on the airplane. They finally.
But you could do that without having to have him go to have the conversation with the sheriff who we've never met. We're not with their boots on. Who are you?
Yeah. So I do agree with that. That would be a little bit. That would be a better ending. Him passing on the torch, because that's what my whole thing that's actually something I was thinking was, they're telling these amazing stories and he's got this photo of Jasmine, but what happens to the photo of Jasmine when Walter passes? Mm-hmm. Like the story dies, and it's like, just like you're saying, that is the best way to carry it on.
Yeah. Because
I'm like, this is an amazing story, but now only Walter knows. So what's the point?
Yeah. So have all the pictures behind Walter. You show it. You could do like a nice little come across. You can have the typewriter type and him scratching away, and you can have the voiceover, whatever. And then you see the picture of Jasmine. You see older Walter with them as they're growing up. You see another, comic
strip things. Yeah.
Just do that. Like I sometimes I think we overthink things. What are you trying to say? What story are you trying to say? And then say it.
I think they just really wanted to get that died with their boots on comment. But that's something Walter could say, or you pass by a comic strip where it's like, died with their boots on.
Well, why can't you give those lines to Walter when he's talking to his kids? Like give that conversation with the kids. Don't give me another character that I've never met. And I don't know if you thought this, and I know the answer is no, but doesn't it seem like this was the first time they flew the airplane? I know it's no. I know it's no because he said you have to wait until I leave. But
right,
yeah, but it feels like because we never see him flying the airplane, and all of a sudden we see him flying it, and it's like
it took that long to fly. I mean, maybe, and they were like, "Oh, he's gone and grown up. Let's do it now."
Yeah, and then we die, and we try to do this maneuver that they try to. I think they're trying to go through the barn. Really?
I think they knew they were going to. Clearly, they.
You think they were going to? They killed themselves.
I think they killed themselves.
Oh.
They were not. Maybe Garth is just going to do whatever Hub says because Garth would do whatever.
Seriously,
Hub said. But I think Hub had no intention of going out in any way other than some weird, crazy way. Because I think that's how Hub lived his life, and that's how he wanted to go out. Because like Garth says at the beginning, which is another great line. The movie has a lot of great lines, like sayings and like ways to live by. But Garth says your body might go old, but inside your spirit could be younger and more active.
That's completely true. Unless of course you have dementia or something like that. But yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
I don't want to get dark. But yeah.
and I think that rings true for everybody, and especially for Hub.
Well,
That's how Hub was living his life even
yeah,
then.
but that's the line that I think we've talked about from the movie Liberal Arts, where I've said like the great, like the Richard Jenkins says to I can't remember the actor's name, but he played Ted Mosby. It's his movie. He directed. He starred in it, and he says like the worst. Something I'm paraphrasing, but like the cruelest joke is that, we all think we're 18 on the inside, no matter how old we are.
I think you've said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing. That's not the line. Don't, tell me I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong. But yeah, that's similar to that.
Yeah,
you don't feel I'm 50 years old and I don't feel 50. Well, sometimes obviously, but like,
How's that knee?
shut up. It's fine. It's working. Look. Oh God, that hurt. But yeah, so, but it is, it's like, you think you're still thinking, you still, compute and you just have more experience. Yeah. And then when people don't listen to you, you don't understand what the hell's wrong with them, The hell. I have the knowledge. Anyways, I got some reviews for you, Mike.
All right, lay them on me.
And I got you bad ones. So I know you love this film. Stephen Holden from the New York Times. This is about Haley Joel Osment.
Oh, attacking a kid. I love it. Go ahead.
At 15, he still seems emotionally unattached to a character facing fearful challenges that would leave the average middle school student quaking in his sneakers. So he is saying because...
I mean, he was 14 when he filmed this, so do the math right. But
he is saying because he doesn't live a normal life, he can't equate like what a middle schooler would be in this situation.
I disagree. He wants the kid to just shut down and do nothing. He's 14. He's not
believing. He's not believing his emotions. That's what he's saying.
I don't agree with that review, because I think what he wants him to do is break down and do nothing. And I think this is a kid. I think this is a kid who's keeps getting knocked down. This is not the first time his mother abandoned him. This is a reviewer who doesn't understand that this kid is from an abusive, or I mean, not like physically, but until Stan shows up, but an abusive mother, an abusive relationship, an abusive childhood where he's grown up accustomed to this. So yes, he's mad, he's sad, he's scared, but he's not going to shut down because he's done it before. Mm-hmm. So I think that this guy is off base because
Stephen Holden.
Him as a child would have broken down. Me as a child would have broken down. But this kid who's been through it before.
This
kid who's been through it before is not going to just shut down and do nothing. And also, do you want to watch that movie? Do you want to watch a 15-minute thing where he cuddles into a fetus and cries himself to sleep?
I mean,
is that the scene you want to watch?
Is it Oscar worthy? Kenneth Turin from the LA Times. Secondhand Lions is something we want to like more than we can. It's a mild family film with an excellent cast that never develops traction.
I disagree with that.
I disagree with that too, because Robert Duvall is phenomenal. Like, I think that one of the byproducts of this podcast, where we've done a couple of Robert Duvall films, and I've never before that the podcast, I've never really kind of
really looked at his performances like that.
And everything he's been in, and I know we've talked, I can't remember the movie we talked
about Phenomenon has a small part, and he steals
just
every
is
scene in that.
A great actor. And in this one, he's got a couple moments where it's just like, it's Robert Duvall, just like anyone in the scene should, except Michael Caine, because obviously Michael Caine is just as comparable, but everyone else just be like, you're not good. You're never going to be as good as this. Nope. You know what I mean? Yep. He is just such a strong actor. And I think that he proves it here as well. And Michael Caine's good too. Michael Caine holds his own.
Oh yeah, for sure. But when Robert Duvall says like, my name is Hub Things, I've been at this and I did all this.
That's when he grabs the kid by the neck and he gives him that monologue of what he's done. Yeah.
I've loved only one woman with a passion that you'll never understand. It's like,
that's a great monologue.
Damn.
I'm sure there have been many burgeoning actors that have tried that monologue
as an audition.
Yeah. And I'm sure they didn't get the job.
Don't try to copy.
So you love it. Do you think everyone would love it? Would you recommend this to anybody and everybody? Do you think this is just a quote unquote boy movie?
No, not at all. I think that anybody with like a heart and soul would like this movie.
I don't believe that. I'm asking the question.
I got you. Yeah, I don't believe, because I've talked about like girl movies where it's like you got to like try to really convince somebody. I don't think this one is a boy movie. There's a lot of theme about being a man, but I think that you could replace the word man in here for being a good person.
Sure.
I think they're universal themes in that. And I think that's why it resonated with my mom when she watched it, because I know she loves this movie. And I think that, I wouldn't recommend this if you got like skull tattoos all over you, like horror movies. I probably wouldn't recommend this to you because I think like,
really?
I don't think are you going to give it a try? Am I going to recommend this to you and it's going to go nowhere? But I think that.
Oh, go ahead.
I do think even they would get something out of it, because I think
It's about being, if you're
give
saying
it a
about being a good
chance.
person, I don't think it's misogynistic to say something like tells you good lessons about how to be a man.
Oh, no, not
what
at all. Yeah.
I think maybe your mother is viewing that from the lens of she's a mother and she would want to impart that message upon you. You failed miserably because he is a bum. But, but yeah, no, yes, you can definitely equate it to being a good person, but there's obviously a difference between men and women in terms of like roles they play in people's lives. And and like I have a son and my response, and one of the things, I don't give him the speech, but like, I always just got to talk with him about being good, being nice to everybody and making sure that he's not mean. And, it's good to have fun, but, but also this is like, I've actually said this is a non-starter. You don't hit anybody. You don't hit women at all. Like that.
Oh yeah.
Don't hit girls. Don't. I mean, he's young. Don't hit girls. You don't do that. Like that's just something you don't say. Certain. You don't. We're not hate. We don't do hate speech in this house. Stuff like that. So don't worry, everybody. I'm doing it right. But I think that's something to say. Like I think it's a good message. You're right. I think you can equate it to being a good person. And whatnot. But it is definitely more geared towards what a lot of boys and some girls like when they're growing up, like the lion and the
there's stuff, the adventure, the hunting, the beating up the bikers in the bar.
Right. The fact that also that they gave, that's the other thing too. They gave adult Walter, 2 young boys. You couldn't give him a girl. Like you couldn't just like, that could have been a good moment where you could have actually showed
he gives
that.
adult Walter 2 young boys in the deleted scene.
Oh, right. Yeah.
His children don't exist.
They come out of the car with big, Arabian swords, like
that part's actually kind of cool. I like that.
That's not cool.
I mean,
watch the original ending, and then you can tell me if you like it.
But so I would recommend this to almost everybody. I think that you have to have a certain temperament toward these kind of films.
Absolutely.
It's a corny movie, but I would still recommend it to everybody. And maybe they wouldn't get it. I think if you gave it a chance, you'd get something out of it.
When people say stuff is corny, I just think it makes them feel something, and they don't like that they feel something.
Oh, so yeah, corny. I'm not. No. I agree with you. Yeah.
That argument to me rings false.
That's why I say it's corny, and they kind of like that way because it's like, because it was nice.
Because you actually felt something. You do have emotions, no matter you push them down.
So yeah, I would recommend this to almost everybody. I think so many people get it, but like a lot of I think your son would probably dig it. I think that fathers, mothers, people with kids, I think they would get something out of it. I liked it when I saw it when I was younger, but I definitely like it more now as an adult because I think the messages about being a man and honor, courage, and virtue. Sure. What is that? That's what I put on my Instagram story. Like the most important things, tenets of a man.
Were you crying when you were tearing up when you were putting that?
No, I did not tear up in this movie at all.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't either.
Even when the lion got it, I didn't cry.
Because you know why? It's sad, but then they cut right to him and he's got a stuffed lion. I'm just like, lion. I'm like, oh God, do you have to show the lion like that? What happened?
It's so stiff and fake.
That's what she said.
Would you recommend it to everybody?
Well, would I recommend it to everybody?
No, who would you recommend it to?
I always recommend it to everybody, but I probably would think like parents would like it. You know what I mean? I think, it's a good family film. I think if you're looking for a family, I think that's a tough, there's a lot of, like my kid just turned 14 and 13. So he's watching PG-13. He's been watching PG-13 films. And like I know there's stuff in there that I'm like, and there was a part where I can't remember what it was, some kind of sexual situation. And I was like, hey, let's say, he's like, I know I learned about this in school. I'm like, all right, fine, forget it then.
It's too late, man. He's already learning about everything. I
know, but like, come on, man. I want him to stay kids for a long time. so that like, and it's just like the awkwardness of that situation. Like, I get it. They watch those films. Like my girls are obviously a little older. I don't want to watch the films with them when those scenes are on.
Oh, they watch it on their own.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think it's a good family film. Back to my point. Like, so recommending it to like, oh, what can we watch with my kids and my family? Yeah, no, watch Secondhand Lions. You can't go wrong there.
Would you say that there's not enough films like this? Because like, if you talk about family films, because when you talk about family films, it seems like it's animated movies that are for kids generally. I mean,
because they make money.
Adults can get something out of it.
Yeah.
There's always a couple of jokes that only adults get or whatever. But there's that, and then there's adult movies. There's really no in-betweens like Secondhand Lions anymore.
Not in cinema. Right. These type of films are no longer found in the theaters. Very rarely. They are more found on TV somewhere, whether in a TV show, whether in a TV movie or on a streamer or
right.
or in a foreign film. Like a lot of these things you'll see like, foreign films will do like a lot of coming of age films of a young kid and stuff like that. There's not a lot of earnest films like this in the cinema because, to be honest, they don't make money. And you know what? The studios are not in the business of making films that don't make money anymore. They're just in the business of IPs that work. Zootopia 2 is the biggest, movie animated forever. Movie, yep. So, you know what's going to come next? Zootopia 3 and everything and all these derivatives that are like Zootopia. Like that's just what it is. And that's just that's why we get Toy Story. We get 5 Toy Stories because they make money.
It was a perfect trilogy.
Right. And I'm going to be honest, obviously, because I was a parent. You know why these animated films?
You were a parent. You are.
I am a parent. I'm a parent of a young kids. These films make money because when you're in the summer and you're like, and you've been home with the kids for all summer long, you're like, what are we gonna do? What should we do? Let's take them. Let's go. Oh, new movies out. Let's go take them. You're just taking them there because you need a 2.5 hour break. Like that's why you're going. It's not because like new Toy Story 3. Let's go. Like it's like let's go see this movie. Let's do something. Let's get something done. So that's why you're doing that. That's why we went to see the Lorax and we had to walk out because the kids wouldn't behave. I never went back to watch the Lorax. It wasn't because it was the Lorax. It was because we needed something to do.
Somebody give this man a copy of the Lorax.
So I think it's a nice family film to recommend, and I would recommend it to anybody, obviously in general, but more specifically to families. But why did it make money? Why is it forgotten?
Why is it forgotten?
Because it didn't make money. But why is it forgotten?
I think because of the things we're saying, you're going to take your kids to an animated film. I think that this movie resonates more with when you're older, I think, than when you're younger. There's stuff a kid can get out of it, but I think in general, it's a film for adults about kids. And I think that soils. I think the movies that came out, of course, a September release, there were a lot of good movies that came out.
That's the other thing too. It came out in September. I don't know if that's the best time to put it out there. Like this is like a late August. This is an August before school starts.
I was going to say this is a Caine and Duvall film with Haley Joel Osment just coming off of Sixth Sense. Yeah. Late August or put it in November.
Yeah, but with Haley Joel Osment, I understand Sixth Sense. That's not a kid's movie. So like you're not pulling that kid audience for
yeah, he's not like watching Hilary Duff in the latest Lizzie McGuire movie. It's not the same.
Like let me ask you that.
He just got nominated, so let me check this kid out.
But what if you put somebody in here? Because I don't think this film necessarily needed a Haley Joel Osment in there.
Well, clearly it did, because in the notes they said they used his casting to try to get the rest of it.
Okay, fine. But what if you put a kid that was on a Nickelodeon show or a Disney show? They're going to pull. I mean, honestly, if we're looking at it through 2026 glasses, that's what you're doing. You're pulling. You're going to
get that Lizzie McGuire.
Right. You're going to get that type of person, and that's who you're going to pull, because you're going to want to pull all the people from TV onto so that's what you're doing.
I mean, realistically though, if you get a Disney kid, then you have to abide by a lot of rules, which is different. But yeah,
well, it'll be a Disney film because they own everything, right? So it doesn't matter.
It's true now. Disney or Netflix.
Yes, this is true. All right, cool. Yeah, I agree with that. But I think September's a weird release date.
Plus, just the amount of things that came out against it are just like, there's a lot.
Yeah.
There were a lot of movies even I saw back then, bigger movies. That's a weirdly stacked September.
Well, I mean, I saw Underworld that weekend.
Underworld, The Rundown.
And Underworld was number 1. I think this was number 2. But by a lot. It was number 1. The Rundown's the following weekend. The Rundown's like The Rock's first big action thing.
Everybody was like, oh, is he going to replace Arnold? And
he did.
Arnold had the cameo, and it's like, Arnold's got a cameo. And he's like, what? And it's 2 seconds long.
Yeah. No,
good luck. I do love The Rundown. The Rundown's great.
I guess.
Because it's one of the movies where The Rock actually gets beat up.
It's on our list.
It is.
Sweet. Where can they find us?
You can find us at ForgottenCinemaPodcast.com or wherever you get your shows. You're watching, listening to us right now. Rate, comment, subscribe. Go to our Patreon. We have exclusive episodes. And let us know in the comments below, is there another movie like Secondhand Lions, one of those like family movies that aren't necessarily like animated kids movies that maybe we should add to our list and take a look at that are really good? Let us know. On Patreon, we have our Look Back series exclusive for patrons. Right now, we have one tier, $3, price of a cup of coffee, or a really cheap like breakfast sandwich at McDonald's in their value menu. You can get exclusive episodes, merch discounts, exclusive voting power for our audience.
Mike comes to your house and cleans your carpet.
No, I do not do that.
Oh.
And a lot of other good stuff. Or you can just join our Patreon for free, because you can get to keep track of everything we're doing. We we're talking about a cool new idea that we might have on Patreon as well as part of our like voting things.
But we're not telling you.
Not yet.
Ooh.
Go on our merch store if you want to help support the show. We would greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely. And join us next week as we're going to be doing a movie, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. I'm actually really, because I know this movie has problems. So, and I remember that when this movie came out, it was like a big deal. So
I remember we talked about it once on another episode.
No,
I have no idea anything about this movie.
Good, because and listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I know that
You're not defending the movie.
No, not at all.
You just want to.
But I think there's going to be a lot of stuff we can talk about. So that's
cool.
going to be good.
Because I ran apart episode. That movie's a mess, and it was a really good discussion. So,
oh man,
I am glad. I will say before we end, I want to say this was a very good episode. You didn't hate on my movie, but you also didn't love the movie, and I thought we had a really good discussion about this movie.
But you also agreed with what I was talking.
Yeah. I think this was a really good discussion.
I think you can like a movie from your past, but it's still there's still flaws there, but you can still enjoy the message. I think that
makes it more interesting if you can like a flawed movie.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's next week, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm Mike Field.
I'm Mike Butler.
And this has been Forgotten Cinema. Now, about that speech about being a man. So when a man...
No!